The King's question for you. The West Australian's Hayden King has a $100 snooze voucher for the correct answer. Snooze, Cannington and Coburn.
Amazing what a little snooze can do.
Welcome back to Friday Drive here on TAB Radio, 23 to 4. Plenty of texts to get to, but before we do that, it is time to chat with Hayden King from the West Sport, and he has his King's question. Firstly, good afternoon to you, Hayden.
Hey, Seb. Hey, Marty.
Good to be chatting with you once again. The King's question for this week for snooze betting, Cannington and Coburn. What is it?
This week, I want to know which trotter won the WA Derby.
Okay, which trotter won the WA Derby?
0427 789 571. First in best dress for this snooze betting, Cannington and Coburn, $100 voucher. First person to answer that question will score themselves that $100 voucher. Hayden, tonight's card, we just spoke with Hayden DeCampo. He's got a couple of good chances, including in the Group 1 Derby. Your make of the card overall?
Well, we got those few races we talked about midweek that look very promising indeed, headlined by the Derby, but you've also got a supplementary cast of the Norm's Daughter preview, the Mares to Go Round, and then the free-for-all, which is the mini pacing cup. So, yeah, it's a good night of pacing.
I don't know if you listened in on 1206 Tab Radio going statewide, but, geez, I really enjoyed that chat with Hayden DeCampo. He gave us a great insight into what's going on tonight, just, around the edges type stuff.
Okay. Well, I have noticed over the last probably 6 months in particular, but also it's been a gradual incline. Aiden's been pretty good with his media coverage. He's quite thorough, and he does try to help out the punters, so that's good to hear.
What do you make of his drive tonight in Runkle Crunch at $11 right now on Tab Touch?
I'm just not sure he's ready for this.
Okay.
I think he's got the ability to win a derby, but I'm not sure he's acclimated to the Gloucester Park circuit enough to win. I wouldn't be socks blown off, shocked if he won, but I'd be a bit surprised just because of that racing now.
Okay, when you look at his record coming across from New Zealand and listening to what Hayden told us, they had problems with him, so he's sort of been backward to where he should be because of those problems. Your analysis of that makes damn good sense, as you normally do, Hayden. So let's run through your best bets on this program, because we're only 5 minutes away from race number 3 at Cranbourne.
Okay, we'll start off in race number 2 tonight. I like Blazing Reactor. He was a little bit unlucky last week. He ran into a place, and I think this week he could charge forward over the short course if he finds the front. That's the end of the penny section. If he doesn't, he can still win, and I reckon he's coming good at the right time now. That's race 2, number 6.
That is Blazing Reactor right now on Tab Touch, 440 and 170. Your second selection?
I'm very surprised she's this short, but I actually like taking it in the WA Derby. I think the filly can turn over the Colts and Geldings, but she's $2.70. Wow, because they actually did bet double figures about her. I did see $14 floating around. There were some deductions attached to that, but I'm mighty surprised that she firmed as much as she did. I did pencil her as one of my best bets, and I think she'll take some beating.
It wasn't a road rager again, was it? We're not in this pattern again, is it?
It was, and I don't know why. I have no idea why. There was a middle-aged woman who was fuming at me.
It's Friday. People want to get home. They want to.
You might have to put a camera in the car when you're driving, mate. You keep it in a straight line.
Look out for those flies as well after Wednesday.
What are you doing? We got a texter here on the text.
I did nothing wrong.
One off the text line says the king is the king. There you go. One of your fans.
The king.
Speaking of the king and the king's question, we've got an answer possibly to the king's question for today. Just repeat it once again for the listeners.
Which trotter won the WA Derby?
This one here, was it Mount Dan from Bluey?
No, it wasn't Mount Eden.
Okay.
Mount Eden. Yeah, no, it wasn't a trotter, Bluey. No fins up for you, Bluey, after that.
Fins down after that.
Yep.
Retribution text line, the competition is still open then. Okay, third selection after going race 5, number 2.
The last one. Now, I've had a couple over recent weeks at big prices that I've really liked, and they've left me with my head in my hands. Like, Rock Me Over when he ran 4th, and he got out to 100 to 1 at one stage, and then last week, Sugar Street probably should have won, charged down the outside, ran 2nd. I've got another one. Now, this is tonight's our 9, I reckon. Race 7, number 3, Beat the Bank. I really like him. I actually think tonight he could lead. Now, Pocket the Change has got some speed, but Tantabitty's really sharp, and he can charge to the front. I think he might hand up to Beat the Bank. And if he does that, I think Beat the Bank will win, and Tantabitty will give himself his best chance of running a place. Even if he doesn't lead on his current form, he can win. He ran 4th in a free-for-all 3 starts ago, and then he worked overtime last week, did all the work in the breeze, and still gutsed it out to run 5th, beaten less than 5 metres. And then on Monday, galloped. He actually got dragged back on the turn, and he was creditable in a fast-run stand over the long trip. I reckon they bet $61. He's now $8.50, but I still reckon he's overs.
Overs at $8.50.
Yeah, I just want to go quickly to what you're saying. Using this AI system I'm using, it comes up with a lot of roughies, right? And you go, this is ridiculous. Like Raging Bull in the Bendigo Cup on Wednesday, and it ran 3rd in 15.80 or something, and I'm scratching my head, like, how can it find this thing? But when you go back and have a look at a lot of them, what you're saying, you just go, wow, that was unlucky. You know, they're either held up, or they're 4 deep and 3 deep, or they never get a crack, or the tempo's against it, and you think, that wasn't that silly a tip. Although people will say, oh, they ran for 6th or something. But I get what you're saying. A lot of times when you tip a real roughie, strange things happen to them.
Yeah, and that's what has happened. Like both of those ones I mentioned just the last couple of weeks, they haven't had things go right. And if they had have gone right, they could have, well, Rock Me Over could have run 2nd, and Sugar Street definitely could have won. And if things go right tonight for Beat the Bank, he will win.
There you go.
That's a lot of confidence.
There you go. Hope you had some of the $61.
Your best of the
Loading
3.
well, Cranbourne. Yeah, what is the best?
It's the last one, Beat the Bank.
Good on you. I love your confidence. Enjoy Derby night here tonight for Sky Racing. We're off to Cranbourne. Thanks for coming on for our great friends at Snooze, at Coburn and Cannington.
Thanks, guys.